Welcome to Top 4. My name is Pete. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm joined by Oscar, a Chelsea fan.
VAR is a mess, yeah? Referees are a mess. The league is a mess, yeah? When decisions go like they went today, we may as well just scrap the whole league because managers giving away games like that. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. That's what I have to say.
Facto. I'm joined by Rubinho, a heel FC fan.
Do you hear that, boys? Do you look on the timeline? Do you feel the hate? The
100%. 100%.
I'm
100%.
Do you know what?
Cheats.
It feels like home again. That's what it feels like.
Absolute cheats.
Really, Robin?
I love it. I love it.
It feels like home again. And I'm joined by David, an Arsenal fan. What? Just
Man said no words.
There are, bro, the theft, the robberies. What is happening? Let's start things off at Villa Park. Of course, we've just finished the game there at Villa Park. Villa 0, Manchester United 3. But my God, what is going on?
If I'm honest, and I said this in the chat, it was soft, but it was a pen.
How was it a pen?
It wasn't. I had to watch it a few times. It was just
no. Robin,
yeah.
Hear me out. How was it a foul? Tell me how it was a foul.
Because Bruno did his 180, the trick they used to do, and he got clipped.
He didn't
God! He went into the player.
The defender stops. The defender halts, and Bruno spins into him, and Bruno actually fouls him. Like, it's not a foul. And
it's a free kick to Villa.
If anything, it's a free kick to Villa. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
What I saw, that's what I'm seeing from my point of view. It was a turn 180, and Bruno got fouled. And like I said, it is a 50-50 in terms of, and I do say it's soft, but the players ready to give it right.
But why would you say it's soft? No, but Robin, what I don't understand is why would you say it's soft? Because if he's touched him, if he's clipped him, then it's a foul, surely.
Yeah,
surely.
But that's the difference.
But it's not. It can't be soft.
There's a difference between soft and hard pens, but either way, they're both still a pen.
It's not a pen, though. It's not a pen.
It's not a pen. It wasn't a foul on Villa. It wasn't a foul on Bruno. It was a foul on Villa.
The whole reason it's not a foul is because the Aston Villa player halts himself, and Bruno's the one with the momentum. Bruno goes into him, like. I mean, come on. I can't get any more like that.
Either way, at the end of the day, do I care?
No, I don't really care. Let's have this right. Let's have this right. Before this game started, Man United are on great form. You've got all your front runners are hitting and they're at their peak. You know, Greenwood's doing his thing, Bruno's doing his thing, Pogba's doing his thing. You lot are supposed to beat Villa. Yeah. But the reason I'm annoyed, you probably would have beat Villa. Even if this penalty wasn't given, you're probably going to go on to win 3-0 anyway. The reason I'm annoyed is because how can a team like Villa sit up against a team like Man United when all the odds are against a man like Dean Smith? Every single United player is better than every Villa player. He sets up a game plan and the referee can just ruin his game plan. Villa were doing so well for 25 minutes in this game until this penalty goes against them. And the referee just ruined their whole game. From that, Man United were 1-0 up. There was nothing else Villa could do. The game was done. Villa had a fighting chance at 11 against 11. No pens got given. But the moment you give United an opportunity like that, they've got quality players. They're going to take advantage and they're going to win the game. And that's what happened.
Villa are dead, bro.
That's also true.
They are. No, but this is the thing. Villa are dead. And that's why Mason Greenwood's goal is just like, come on, you can't give that boy that kind of time. The boy's going to do what the boy's going to do.
I watched it and I was like, this is a goal here. This is a goal. And it's a goal.
Did you see my tweet?
Yeah. I saw my tweet because when I came back in, I quickly ran over the first half. I was watching the build-up and I was like, yeah, this is when Mason scores. 10 seconds later.
You're aware. When Mason has the ball, you're well aware where this ball is going.
Yeah.
Like, it's cold. He's cold. You just don't know how it's going to get there.
But let's talk about the story of this game because the major factor in this game is the penalty decision going to Manchester United. I can't believe it was checked on VAR and this decision was not reversed.
You've got to blame
shock.
You've got to blame someone, boy Wenger for that.
Someone who has opinions on VAR? His name's Adrian.
Hey, Dizzy.
I'm supposed to be the heel today, and you're the heel.
I'm the hill. I'm spreading the
Big
gospel.
up
First. I'm spreading the gospel.
I hear that, bro. Big
I
up,
rate
big
that, I
up,
rate that.
AD. Big up, AD, man. A Liverpool fan. We're talking about the farcical VAR
But yeah,
decision
you got to
at
blame
Villa Park.
you got to blame FIFA and them, man, because they took over VAR. It's no longer a Premier League thing. So
What do you mean? Premier League made their own rules. Premier League made their own rules with VAR.
It's the
Premier League rules, but it's now FIFA run because that's what it came out today.
Yeah, but at the beginning of the season, they've set the rules for VAR, and it's not the same as the rules they had in the World Cup. So it's got nothing to do with FIFA. They can't, like, if FIFA run it, they can't come in and change how it operates in the league.
But it was a smart penalty to get, though.
I don't think it was smart.
I think
he
it's
lost the
cheating.
ball.
It's called it's cheating. It's freaking cheating. Forget smart. It's cheat. He's a cheat.
Thing, yeah. Man was trying to do the Zidane thing, ran into thing. What's his name? Who's the right back? And bought the pen, bro.
It wasn't smart at all. He lost the ball.
He
lost the ball.
fouled
The referee
Villa
made a bad
player.
decision. Like,
The referee was awful.
Hence why I said man was trying to do a Zidane, stepped on thing and bought the penalty.
No ratings for that. No ratings for that.
I know he cheated, bro. I'm saying
He's cheating, blood. I'm not rating that, cuz.
Yeah, but it's not that bait cheating, bro. It's a smart. Yeah, man use a.
Do you know what it is? No, do you know what it is? Yeah, I get it. Like when you try and con the referee, I understand that. But blood, they went to the TV, blood. Man, them in a truck checked this decision and gave it.
I
gave a penalty.
The thing is, I don't even blame the people in the truck. This is the way the rule has been set. They only overturn a decision when it's a clear and obvious error. The moment the referee said that this is a foul, VAR was never going to change that. It would only change if it was inside the box or outside the box. Once the referee makes a decision, they more or less back the refere's decision. They're not going to say it's not a foul when he's seen it. That's how it operates. Adrian, I see you shaking your head. Walk on.
I'm disgusted.
John Moss is incompetent. We already saw VAR. Sheffield United scored a goal. Clear goal. Man saw it on the TV, on the screen, and still didn't give it. They're all incompetent, bro. Garbage.
Man, them are blind, bro. It's fact, though. They're just blind. What are they seeing? What are they seeing that we're not getting? Adrian, bro. Walk on.
You know what's ironic? It was about, maybe more than a year ago today, where that absolute atrocity happens, wherein Cardiff were royally screwed, and because of that, they were subsequently relegated. And from that day forward, I said, you know what? VAR needs to be a thing. VAR needs to be implemented because we can't be having teams go down. And don't get me wrong, Aston Villa, they're going down on their own accords. But we can't be having such costly errors at such a stage because it's costly in a time like this, in the coronavirus, wherein relegation is more fatal than ever.
No, you're right. You're right.
Facts.
That's no joke.
It's inconceivable for me how Bruno Fernandes can stamp on the defender's thigh and be awarded a penalty. That is,
it's critical. We're in a critical state right now in terms of the integrity of football because decision making like that. It's unreal. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
I know there might be Man United fans watching that might feel like, oh, we're downplaying how well United played tonight and how they got their victory. But you do have to understand, like, Villa were playing well for about 25 minutes in this game. They had their game plan. They were putting balls in. They were trying to test the United's backline, blah, blah, blah. They had chance. They hit the post. They were doing all right. And Villa are trash. Like, they're so trash. So for something to go against them in this moment, it's just like, it's sad.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I don't understand. Like, what is it going to take for just little, like, why is this so wrong? Do you remember Wenger's comment not long ago when he said 2 countries in world football have professional referees, Italy and England? And he said that England, take note, no English referee went to the World Cup because they're shocking.
What do you mean? When he says professional referees, what do you mean?
As in, because do you remember there was I think even Wenger himself as well actually brought up this problem. There was a year, I think, like back in the 90s, where refereeing was just at an atrocious level, and he called for them to be like, let's make them certified in terms of like, in order to be a referee, you've got to get through certain things. Let's not just let any John from the park come and be a referee. And so they went through, like, now referees now are given professional salaries and contracts for a season, for example, and are paid a certain salary. Whereas beforehand, you'd get played like per game, if that makes sense. So I guess if I wanted to be a referee, the amount of coaching and the amount of training and teaching and qualifications you have to go through is far more substantial. So anyone that becomes a referee, it's like, it's no joke kind of thing. But even he was saying, like, the two countries in world football that have professional referees, and one of those countries is not even entering the World Cup because they're so inept and pathetic. It's just, this is ludicrous, guys. This is getting silly. Because Oscar from the get-go shouted and said, they're not going to overturn this. And I was looking at him like, come on, bro, that is the dumbest thing I heard you say. And before my eyes, they're debating whether or not it was inside or outside the box. I'm like, is that the only crime you lot are seeing here? What are we doing? Do you get what I'm saying? And all because, we don't want to overturn what the referee thinks. The referee's had a mare. And you're telling me that, it's not an obvious error. It's a massive error. The wrong guy is getting punished. I give up. I was so livid. I was seething. Absolutely seething at that situation.
Mad, bro. But listen, that's Villa for you. When the luck's against you, it's against you, bro.
I look, Villa dead blood. I swear, the goals they were conceding, cuz. Like the defending, like I've just seen Pogba's goal on the screen just now. And again, man, I'm 5 yards away from him. No one's near him. And Keane mentioned this in the drinks break. So walking. Yeah, exactly. Roy Keane was mentioning this in the drinks break in the first half. That's after 25 minutes. And he's noticed, Mandem, you need to get closer. You need to get closer to these players, right? But he says, with defending like that, they deserve everything they get. You're damn right, Roy Keane. They deserve everything they're getting right now because they're a shambles. I tweeted I would not depend on Villa to back beef. No chance.
Mad.
Anyway, Man United go marching on, man. They're 1 point behind Leicester and 2 behind Chelsea. United are going to finish third this season, aren't they? They're going to finish third, aren't they?
Bruv, it's looking like it, boy.
8 points ahead
finish third.
of, 5 points ahead of Wolves now, I believe. And
I think it's 6. Yeah. Wolves lost.
Yeah, 6 points ahead of Wolves.
Yeah, 6 points.
It's all
8 points ahead of Arsenal. So yeah, it's looking all right.
So dead, bro. This is so annoying. So obviously, Champions League now, in my opinion, lads, it's over. The top 5 are the top 5. The order might change, but the top 5: Chelsea, Leicester, Manchester United. That is Champions League football next season.
That 6 point gap is ridiculous. If the whole City thing is upheld and we get five makes it in, then I think you're right.
And we'll find out Monday evening. So tune into that pod, those that are watching.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
Baby. The pod,
The
pod should just be on the UEFA ban. Like, that's what it just should be called. Just UEFA ban tatted up, because that's a field day. And I hope it's 2 years. I hope they get everything they put. I hope their titles get rescinded. I hate cheating. I freaking hate it, man.
Do you know what's so mad to me? Do you know what's so mad to me? Adrian brought up the Cardiff versus Chelsea game from last year. Do you know how weird it is that Mandem last season were just scoring offside goals? And nothing, Mandem were just offside scoring goals, and they stood like
I'm not getting punished. Yeah,
no punishment. Like, at least VAR has tightened that up. At least VAR has said, you know what, let's put some restrictions on that.
Well, VAR's making it worse, man. You could be a fingernail offside, blood. Means nothing to your body whatsoever, and you're offside.
As much as I don't like it, offside is offside.
But yeah, I want to big up the goodness though, because we can talk about the VAR all day. It was another comfortable performance from Manchester United. We had a very, very slow start. I had to rewatch the first half because I was late coming in. But yeah, for me, the first half were very sloppy, and we're giving away chances. After the goal, we settled down and we did what we've been doing for the last few games. And I was like, that's a.
Were you alarmed? Were you
Like,
alarmed at that? Were you alarmed that Villa and United had about 7-8 shots each?
Yeah,
in
I
the
was
game?
quite alarmed.
So
Yeah.
that stat came up near like the 80th minute. I said, really? Villa have had that many?
So they had 7 shots, but only 1 on target. So, and we were still doing silly things at the back. At one point I was just shouting at.
Oh, I see. Was it Lindelof?
Lindelof.
I see him. He come into like the quarterback position. I said, bro, you should be nowhere near there, and he lost the ball. I think he committed too easy, and I think Douglas Luiz just twined him. And I was like, oh, that was that.
Luke Shaw has been doing the overlapping throughout the whole game, and I don't know why. Like, I don't mind because that's very classic Luke Shaw. He will run along the left, and he'll be in the top corner, and he will aim to either cross or have a shot on goal. But it never fruits to something.
Do you know?
He did it every 5 minutes, and I'm just like, mate, you're a left back.
Do you not think that's the tactic though? Do you not think that's what Solskjaer is saying? Because you see Wan-Bissaka doing the same thing.
I see Wan-Bissaka doing the same thing, but Wan-Bissaka has been working on his crosses more instead of actually going for goal. Whereas Luke Shaw, more or not, goes for goal, and it never goes in. It always hits the side netting or corner. So, and it's just weird because if that goes wrong, left back is exposed, and we'll have to literally start running back. And let's say we're facing a Liverpool or Man City with players that can do a counter attack. That will be a major problem for us.
I suppose that's part of the thinking, isn't it? When you're playing against Aston Villa, where you're afforded more possession, you're going to dominate the ball a lot more. Luke Shaw can afford to offer another outlet on the left because Aston Villa haven't necessarily got that quality. Because Ole's not going to play the same way when he goes to Anfield, when he goes to Etihad, when he goes to Stamford Bridge. So do you think that's part of it as well?
Yeah, there's that. Unlucky for Rashford because he did score, but then clipped Pogba. I was quite annoyed. I was like, I should have got that goal. But we moved. Martial made me laugh.
Hey, I'm onto your boy, you know. I'm onto Marcus Rashford, bro. I'm onto him.
Leave Marcus alone. You can't talk about man that feeds the nation. The man that feeds the nation, you cannot talk about him.
I said that to Oscar. I was like, bro, he's feeding the kids right now, bro. I think it's hard to get on him, but he's right.
Do you know why I'm onto him? Because deep down, I love Marcus Rashford, innit? I've never dissed the guy, but if Man United are serious about signing Jadon Sancho, who comes out of that team?
Take a sip of that water.
You tell me, Robin. You tell me. Robin, you tell me who comes out of that team.
I'm in the right wing, so for now, it's still Greenwood. For now.
Greenwood comes out.
For now.
You're Rashford.
For now.
You're mad. You're mad.
Huh? Greenwood for Rashford.
I said for now. But
I'm talking about for now too.
Yeah, I was gonna say right now is where he's bringing red hot right now.
Right now, Greenwood ain't missing.
He's on the purple sector.
But
what's that? 9 league goals now? That's the same amount as Rashford from open play.
Yeah.
Hey,
Rashford's been injured, so don't hate. I'm injured, feeding the nation. You can't hate. Simple.
I'm not hating. Robin, please.
You're hating.
No, I'm not hating. I'm not hating because I'm doing it in relation to Man United players. It's not like I'm saying Rashford's not as good as other. It's Man United, bro.
Do you know, Oscar made a good point to me because Oscar said that, you know what, Rashford might end up with 16 goals this season, and everyone's going to say, right, he's had a good season. When in truth, he could have 25 goals this season. The guy is missing far too many chances. He doesn't. He does not convey. He's not a killer. He's not a murderer in the penalty area, and that is a problem for me.
And the worst thing is, when you look at your boy Mason, it just exposes him more.
Yeah, Mason, yeah, has grown up on Moss side. I swear to you, the guy is a gunman, bro. Because when he took that ball on, yeah, man. All I'm seeing on Twitter, you know, Robin, you kept saying, oh, you know, you don't even know what foot he is because he's good on both, yeah? So I just see the goal and I just take it for what it is. I'm like, this is a Leng goal, yeah? Boom. Bare Twitter, yeah? Everyone's like, weaker foot. I said, this is the weak Leng. I said, nah, come on, bro. Like, if this is the weak one, this guy has got straps in his house, he's got a knife, and he grew up on Moss side. Facts. He's 18. He's 18.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? And he's making Rashford look dibby, bro. So hey, man, big up Greenwood, bro. He's sick, blood.
Absolute. Yeah. And I was laughing at Martial because you could see every time it panned to him after he came off, he was just pissed. But that's what I want in number 9. I want him to be upset. I was like, I want you to be upset because you should have scored today.
Yeah, I don't mind that behavior either, as long as you do perform when when the time's on. Because I see bare players get pissed, and people say, "Yeah, I like that about him," but then 2-2s, he's just vexed, and so like he goes back on the pitch the next day, and it's like he's got that chip on his shoulder, whereas he doesn't channel it to. Do you know what, Ollie? You're never ever gonna sub me again in a day of your life. Otherwise, I'm coming for you. Give him like that kind of energy rather than it just like right now. We have to wait and see. Obviously, we have to see how he turns up in the next 2-3 games. But the way he was like, because he didn't even look at him. My man still gave him the spud, but didn't even look at him. He was pissed. And what's funny is Ollie. I don't know if the camera was catching it. Yeah, Ollie's like, come on, mate, come on, off you go, son.
Like,
off you go, Johnny boy. All right,
because Ollie knew, it's like, nah, you're not doing it today.
Yeah, Ollie just said, I gotta change it up a little bit. And so like my man's just calling him over, and then he's there walking like he's about to rob him, blood. And I'm thinking, yo, you better come with that anger on the pitch and bag some goals. Who's Man United got next?
We have got Southampton.
Oh gosh.
Oh, if it's Alex McCarthy, he does not want to be in goal come that game. Because in front of, first of all, Greenwood's frightening enough, but an angry Martial and Rashford's just there for the banner.
Yeah, Monday night, 8:00, Southampton.
8:00 Southampton. Alex McCarthy, the training that you need to do between now and Monday night has got to be severe. It's an FA Cup final for you. Because Martial, I guarantee you, Martial's going to score 3. I'm putting him in my fantasy team. I guarantee it.
You don't have to, like, Martial's it. Hey, Adrian, what do you have to say about Martial? Because I know you've been onto him.
Tony.
Well, I think the reason why is because the level of performance hasn't matched the ability. And for a long time, we've said, he's the real McCoy, he's the real deal, he's this and that. But he hasn't displayed it on the field. No, a big part of it is mismanagement. A big part of it is the fact that, he's never necessarily had a full season up front. He's played under Jose. He's after he sort of got his big move to England, the very next summer, they give not only his place in the side, they also give Zlatan his number. So I sort of hear all of this, but then at the same time, it's like, bro, you're making runs. At the same time, it's like, you're lethargic on the pitch. At the same time, it's like, you're not going to get the basics done. Whereas now, he's displayed the quality that we've all known. And I've also said, even in his downtime, I definitely take him at Anfield because he's got ability.
I've never lost faith in Martial. I think if you play him up top, he'll bag you goals, man. He's the best finisher, one of the best finishers in the league, I think. So there's not much you can say to him.
But so that's another game down. 4 games to go. We need 4 wins. If we win our 4, it is guaranteed top 4. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, you got Leicester, innit? They got Leicester.
So if we win our next 3, so we got Southampton, Crystal Palace, West Ham, then Leicester.
God, are you serious?
Yeah, man. Yeah. They've done it. We got a comment from Man United till I die. He said Greenwood is too good. I hope United don't overplay him. If he gets injured, I'd be fuming.
Mate, if any of our front 5 get injured, I'm fuming. We've got no one else. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's alarming how different your side looks without just any one of them.
And I know Ernest doesn't want to hear this. Dan James looked all right. He looked okay when he came.
Big up James, man. Big up James.
Do you know what, Robin? Though the thing about Dan James is that's what Dan James should have been brought to do. He's been brought to come on in the 70th minute when everyone's tired and you just run at them. The idea of starting him, you're going to get the same anger that you lot had against Tottenham when you were anti-James fan or whatever it was. But if you bring him on the bench, then he's going to do that, and he's all right.
Yeah, no, he did all right. He did a couple good crosses today.
I'm sure Tyrone Mings thought, like, bloody hell, I've had my legs worked out here. And then Dan James comes on, he's thinking, for flip's sake. Another 200 calories getting burned. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It's all long. It's all long.
I was just going to say, to echo Oscar's sentiment, that's the perfect thing. 75 minutes of the clock. When you're 2-0, 2-1 up, the other team are going for the game. More space is exposed at the back. Then the games will flourish.
Facts.
But yeah, no. Another good win, and I love seeing all the hate on the timeline. I even got hate as I was watching the game with a couple other people in the bar, and it's like, everyone, why does this team get hate? Why does this team get so much love? And I was just like, it's because it's Man United. It's who we are.
The Red Devils.
Hated, adored, never ignored. NEFC.
That's not actually true, though, is it?
Oh no, we're hated.
Yeah, but never ignored.
No, we are never ignored.
No one's watching Europa League games. I don't even know who you lot have.
But everyone talks about Man United, no matter
who
what.
do United have in Europa League? Do you not know? Ain't nobody know. We're ignoring that, bro.
You're trying to ignore that, and you're trying to wind me up, and I see what you're
I know. I legit don't know who you have.
Bro, I can't even lie to you, Robin. I ain't got a clue.
Does Robin know?
Yeah.
Robin, you know who you got?
Of course I know. The team that we got 5-0. We still got to play the second leg, Lask. Yeah, the 5-0 that we whooped them. And we still have to play the second leg. I don't know why we have to play them. But yeah. Speaking of second legs, all the second legs have been approved to play at home. So Chelsea and co will be travelling to Bayern and all that stuff before everyone goes to Portugal and Germany.
That's a home game for us, though, isn't it? That's our stadium.
Oh, yeah. Look at this guy. Guy.
That's our stadium.
All right, then.
So,
I'll tell you what, mate. You talked about what's it? Hated, adored, whatever else. I'll tell you. I'd robbed to our one because Arsenal won, Leicester City won. David, what the bloody hell was that?
Listen, fam. Obviously, man was at work, innit? I see a boomerang score. I was like, are you mad?
Yes.
Yeah? So, obviously, first half went well. But, fam, second half, I don't even understand, though. What the hell happened, bro?
Do you know what, blood?
Come out and peppered us, bro.
Do you know what? I felt like it was a bit like the Wolves game, innit? We'd gone up and it was kind of like, okay, let's manage and control this, yeah? And I felt like we had the ball and everything else was lit and nice, right? Now, before Eddie came on, I mean, that was gone in 30 seconds. That was as quick as the Gerrard one against Man United. When Arteta took off Ceballos, I was like, what's he done that for? Because he holds the ball, he plays with the ball. Do you get what I'm saying? He's the only one that gains possession. And with Xhaka next to him, sideways past FC, they keep the ball moving, right? Mm-hmm. But the minute Ceballos comes off, blood, it is all Leicester, blood. And I'm looking at the time and I'm like, please. And this is before the red card. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the red card comes and I said, I ain't got no complaints. At the end of the day, like it was hard. It was unfortunate, but he had to go. But how Vardy A stays on, but B, the goal is offside, bruv.
Is the goal offside?
Yes, Jose Perez touches it, bruv. He touches it, bruv. He touches it, and they even reviewed the thing.
I don't know if he touches it. I'm not bantering. I don't know if he touches it.
Even if he doesn't, he's involved.
Team, shush.
Guys, we got a comment from Boss Like Endo, which is a bit wild. Boss Like Endo says, "I'm Arsenal's biggest optimist, but I'm sorry, Peter and David, you man bottled it. European hopes are over."
David's been saying it.
Hold on.
Oscar, let David take this one because he's in.
But especially to boss like, but I'm telling you, guys, they take your hopes high and then bam. Come on, man.
That's for real though.
As I was saying, people don't know how to defend, bro. Listen. Let's go to. I got examples for you, At Chelsea, Man City, the first goal was it Pulisic. All Benjamin Mendy had to do, was slow my man down. There's two men behind you, bro. Football intelligence. He's in the bin. We go to West Ham United, Chelsea, the game you lost, the winning goal. Yeah? Everyone, Oscar, you were making this point last pod, managers scout, like they what be researching these games, bro. Everyone and their grandmother knows Yarmolenko is left-footed, bro. Why did you let my man come on his left foot, bro? Go. We know. Let's Arsenal Leicester. Do not try to play offside in the 6-yard box, blood. With Vardy and Aguero, any them man folks in the box. Don't do it, bruv. Mustafi. Fam.
Honestly,
Bro, I don't know if it's Alan Hansen or Alan Shearer. If the striker can see the back of your shirt, you're in trouble, bruv.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Yes.
Has no clue where Vardy is, bro.
Sugar.
He
No
doesn't
clue.
know where
No
he
clue.
is, bro.
We had three centre backs and Vardy was unmarked. Astonishing. Astonishing.
What's like Endo says, David, you're right. It was Peter that was gassing. So
I
Peter
was, and the thing is, yeah, and this is the thing. That's why I said, like, look, I'm blaming Arteta on this defeat, yeah, and on this, it feels like a defeat, it's a draw. I'm blaming him. Tilt the head.
My mind.
Tilt the head. Let's say this. Why are you all tilting? What's going on?
Look at the last pod, mate. The last.
Yes, yeah, but he made a mistake. Do you know what I'm saying? He flopped.
You said
He flopped.
Arteta.
He flopped. Yeah,
Okay.
and I did say watch Arteta, right? But he flopped. He flopped. He took. What's it called? He took the player that's gonna hold the ball, bro. Robin. He took off Aubameyang. Yeah, he took off Ceballos, and I didn't see Pepe. I didn't see Pepe. So I've got issues. I've got questions that I want to ask. It smelled of Unai Emery, whereby we would get shook. We would get shook against certain teams, and he just thinks, no, let's be cautious. My man brought on Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Eddie Nketiah, bruv.
I think can I respond to all this? Yeah, I think you're being harsh, and the reason I think you're being harsh is because
who, me or David?
You, Peter, and also Boss Like Endo, because Boss Like Endo said you man bottled it, and I don't think it's fair to say bottle. Like when you came with all that vim last week, Peter, saying Arsenal going to win every game, I was ready for Arsenal to drop points so that I could come back on his podcast and be like, ha. But I don't feel like I can rightfully do that because I think Arteta played that game very well. And I think the issue with what happened with Arsenal is that how can you plan for Nketiah, getting sent off in the way he did? I think what Arteta did in bringing on Maitland-Niles is very similar to what Arteta did against Wolves when he brought on Maitland-Niles later on. I think Arsenal were doing well in this game, and you could have saw the game out. You only had about 10 minutes left to see the game out.
But what's it called? You see my reasoning why I thought Arteta will do well for the rest of the season, right? Because the first 70 minutes, let's say, we were okay. But what happened even before Eddie got sent off? Because I'm going before that. I'm not going to give the red card as the excuse. Yeah. He pulls off Danny Ceballos. Scandalous stuff. Because the minute and the thing is, okay, maybe he thought something else, right? He's a manager. He knows what he's doing, blah, blah. So, and what am I? I'm a pundit, right? So he took Ceballos off. He saw something else in the game plan. But it was alarming how much difference there was when Ceballos came off, that it was just Leicester. Leicester, I think, had 90% possession from minute 70 to the end, right? At the Emirates, right? And
they
of
were
course,
about to score another one, if we're honest.
Honestly, it was one of those where the traffic was heading in that direction. And then he's taken off Aubameyang blood. Like Mandem, I'm not sorry. He took off Aubameyang and Lacazette and Aubameyang and no Pepe. That's what I saw. You get what I'm saying? So, and it's not like he brought on players to control the game. And this is the thing that maybe because I'm so used to the way Wenger did it. Wenger used to bring players on to control possession, not to defend leads necessarily. Like it would be, if you hold the ball, you won't concede, that kind of thing. So he did all of that. And for me, I was like, what is he doing? But then I thought, you know what? We've got past the first 60 minutes, okay. And it resembled the Wolves game. It's just that the difference was Lacazette comes on and scores, and it looks cushy. But how does Vardy stay on the pitch? Can someone tell me? Like Eddie Nketiah's red card, I understand. But Vardy's like looking at the VAR in the first half, and you look at what was left on Mustafi's face was pure studs on his face. The guy was bleeding from his face, and my man stayed on. and then Ayoze Perez touches the ball. I don't know what they're looking at in these trucks. What are you guys looking at?
I had the comment, but they weren't necessarily looking at Ayoze Perez. They were looking at more the Jamie Vardy part of it. Is Jamie Vardy offside? Because to them, to VAR, it was that Perez did not touch the ball.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. He's still part of the play. It's not even like he's not in the play. Like, let's say for argument's sake, he doesn't touch it. Surely you flag Perez. Surely.
No,
like,
but it's offside.
Who?
Perez.
Perez is not offside because
Perez is not offside.
If Perez touches it, then Vardy's offside.
Yeah.
But it still gets to Vardy. Like, Vardy, this is so frustrating.
It all hinges on whether Perez touched it or not. If Perez didn't touch it, then there's no offside there.
I say it's not offside, because at the pace the ball was played, if you touched it, that ball's moving somewhere.
No, I just think it was a faint touch. I think it was going to go in the same direction, but I think it was a faint touch that still indicates, like, to say to me that, on fantasy, who got the assist? If it's Perez, I'm fuming, blood. If Perez got the assist for that,
it wouldn't be Perez.
I don't think it'll be Perez.
Like, literally,
no, they better hope not.
Honestly, man, if Perez had touched that ball, it's moving. It's not going straight to Vardy.
Yeah, it's going towards the keeper.
I hear that.
Yeah. No, because do you know what it is though? Because he tries to control it, but he misses the control. His aim is to control the ball, and he doesn't control it. If that makes sense. So it's not even like he's trying to change the direction. The ball's coming obviously from the right hand side, and he's tried to control it with his left foot, which it doesn't happen. I don't know, man. That to me, I just felt like we were robbed, man.
Whammy, yeah, it's a double whammy. We're not defending properly. I'm just
sure. Yeah, I agree.
I'm not even gonna lie.
I look at it like this. The Nketiah thing just threw all your players off. That's what I feel like it did.
No,
also with the substitutions that are not helpful.
We didn't have the ball. That's why his thing. That's why he's chasing, man. We need to get this ball. He's just come on. He's very eager. Oh, snap. Hey, Adrian.
How could Douglas say Adrian's looking homeless, man? Damn.
Man like Dougie, bro. Oh, my days. I just came with the shots. Bruv, like...
we don't shoot people here, boy.
On the real, yeah, like it's just it's so frustrating. You're right, David. At the end of the day, like we didn't lose the game, we didn't draw the game because of, let's say, refereeing decisions or whatever, but it just felt like, man, we were getting robbed. And the thing is, I couldn't understand it. Even if we were down to 10 men, yeah, like why can't we just have the ball for a minute, just for a minute? Like we lost a striker. It's not like we lost someone in midfield. Like, we lost the striker, and yet we could not retain possession. That was winding me up.
You need
I was
some
going to
composure.
say, a lot of your Arsenal fans were arguing that it wasn't a red card, especially on the Arsenal fan TV. I just wanted to get your guys' point of view on that. For me, you can break someone's kneecap with that.
The thing is, the same argument I had for the Mopé one on Leno. Like, there's no intent to hurt the guy. There's nothing whatsoever. But it could lead to a serious career-ending injury. And at the end of the day, it's just lucky that James Justin that he tackled, right? He's lucky that the four is all studs were planted on the ground. It looked like the leg was bending anyway, and he's just caught the back of the bending leg. So thank God for that, because if the guy was standing straight, it's a leg break. You know what I'm saying? It's an ACL tear, it's an MCL, whatever it is. Like, he's gone. We won't see him for a year. So at least it was that. At the end of the day, studs were showing rare. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't moaning at that too much. I just said, he's so unlucky because he's just eager. Like David said, he's come on. When you're a kid, you've come on and you're wanting to make your mark. Do you know what I'm saying? We're 1-0 up, but we're not looking comfortable. and he comes on just to spring a bit of energy. And you know what Arteta's probably said to him? He's like, go after them, go get at them, cause trouble, make sure. And Ketia said it, I think, at the Southampton game. There's a game. What's the game where he scored? I think it was Southampton away, and he was just like, "Yeah, bro, I like to come and just cause mess. I like to come and cause chaos on defenders." Like he out of his own mouth, he said that. So you could tell that was the game plan. Just come there and make it rough, but you run the risk. And unfortunately, it was on the receiving end of it. Unfortunately,
so that leads me on to. I got two questions. Number one, what is Arsenal's plan for the rest of the season? And number two, how are you looking of what happened to this game? How are you looking forward to Sunday in the North London derby?
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. I watched Tottenham v Bournemouth earlier today. Holy smokes! What? I was saying to Oscar throughout the whole game, Tottenham are crap blood. Like, they are rubbish, fam. They are dead, bruv. They are garbage. They are garbage side. We're going to go out there, Robin, and lay the smack down on Tottenham Hotspur, bruv. On that new stadium, bruv, even the Arsenal women have gone up there and pissed up that ground. We're coming next. I
don't know why you keep talking about the Arsenal women like that's any relation to your team.
We won. They won out there, innit? They won. They went to White Hart to the toilet bowl, to the Armitage Shanks, and laid the smackdown down there.
Before you get on to the second question, Boss like Endo has said that Vardy goal might just be the most important goal of their season.
For real, blood.
Yeah,
for real. Because honestly, if they had lost this game, obviously Man United, I think, would still be behind on goal difference. But
no, we'd be fifth.
You are fifth.
I'm saying, we'll be behind on goal difference, but it would have been like hefty because then they got Sheffield next. Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you would have been behind them on goal difference, innit? You would have the same points. But like this slide of Leicester City has been hilarious to watch. And before COVID, like these men were skidding. Do you know what I'm saying? So like the goal, I think now, who did they beat earlier this week? I can't remember who they played.
Palace.
Was it
Palace?
Palace,
and then they drew with you, and now they've got Sheffield.
I think they've got the momentum now. I think they're okay because they played well at the end of the day. They weren't awful.
They don't have Sheffield next. They've got Bournemouth next.
Oh, there you go. That's 3 points.
Do you have Sheffield next then?
Chelsea versus Sheffield.
Yeah. So Leicester have slowly got themselves back together. And remember, they were without Ricardo and they were without Maddison. So look, they're making ends meet. To be fair, but at the end of the day, Leicester City just look like a bog average. Like they look not bog average, but they look like a top 8 side in the Premier League on Tuesday against Arsenal. They just look like where they would normally be. Cause a bit of trouble. Could if you sleep, you'll drop points. But we'll see, man. Listen, Leicester may. I mean, what's the gap between Leicester and Wolves? It's about 7 points. It's too far. It's probably too far. So Leicester will make Champions League by the skin of their teeth.
So what is it? Where does that leave with Arsenal?
Arsenal will finish. For me, Arsenal will finish 6th this season. We'll win Europa League.
You do what?
We'll finish 6th and we'll be in the Europa League.
I thought you said win.
I thought you said win.
I had win Europa League.
No, sorry. No. We'll be 6th. We'll be in the Europa League.
Man, don't want Europa League, bruv.
Bro, it's gonna happen. I think it goes down to as low as 8th place this year, bro. That the way the table looks, the way it's going.
Peter, you mentioned Tottenham earlier. Man United till I die said Tottenham's players are class, but I just think Mourinho's style of football doesn't work in the modern game.
Who's class?
Yeah,
class.
Yeah, that's a very good question. Man, them will fighting on the pitch.
Fam. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to dismiss Tottenham like that. Yeah, they've got good players for sure. Like your Ndombele's, your Bergwijn's, your Kane's, Son. I like Lo Celso. I think he's going to be sick. Like they've got good players, but when you look at the table, where should they be? Like where should they be in the correct world? If everything was going normal, where would you put Tottenham Hotspur in this table? Because they're out of the Champions League, in my opinion.
In and around Arsenal. So
exactly.
5 for 5th, 6th.
5, 6th, exactly. So really, like I said, Jose walked into this job, and I kept saying this on the day he joined. I said he has nothing to lose here because no one expects them to get into the top 4. No one expects them to win any trophies because they've got no history of it. Like, bruv, he's gone there. He's got a payday. He's got a fat contract. He's laughing, bruv. He's laughing.
Bro. Do you know what? I feel like with Poch, I think first things first, they're actually playing even worse now than they were on the Pochettino. It was dire then. And secondly, with Jose Mourinho, if I'm a chairman, I'm going to accept that he's divisive. I'm going to accept that he's problematic. And I'm going to accept that he's going to play a horrendous style of football because that's going to guarantee me a trophy. And it looks like he's not going to get that. And I'm starting to think that he's living a child's life and at the top of the game, wherein if the Tottenham project goes horribly wrong and it's his second consecutive failure, where does that leave him?
The thing is this. You make a good point. The thing is, for me on this, we all know Jose Mourinho needs the checkbook in order to win trophies. And like you said, when you recruit Jose, you know what you're going to get. It's exactly what it says on the tin. Now, it's a matter of power. It's a case of, will you bow down to it, or are you going to try and make Jose bow down to it? Because if you're going to try and make Jose bow down, it's not going to work. It's definitely not going to work, right? So what they have to do is throw the kitchen sink checkbook of all time in order to, because he can definitely win something provided he's got the funds for it. But it's Tottenham Hotspur and they're not known for spending big P. Do you get what I'm saying? So, and that's the thing I always say, like I still believe he could have won a league title with Manchester United given the time and the funds, and he got a lot of funds. I'm not going to take that away for you at all. He got a lot of funds and certain things didn't work out. But to say, if you know, this thing of him being finished at the top level, he walked away with 2 trophies at Manchester United, and not many managers since Fergie walked away with trophies.
I mean, but bro, it ain't that a pretty low barometer? And I feel like, do you remember Mario Balotelli when he was divisive? He was, having fights at training. He was setting his house on fire, and he got to the point where he said, well, you know what? He's 20. And then it got to the point where he was 26, where he was 28, where you know what? Jesus is here, Jovetic is here. There are younger, less problematic figures who won't cost as much. Why don't I just go for them? And I think similarly with Jose, it's, you know what? A Nagelsmann, a Simeone. And now what's going to find is that there's going to be managers ahead of him that aren't going to need you to give them the checkbook because they're good enough to work with what they've got, and they're going to play you a more progressive style of football anyway. So do you think with that in mind, actually, he sort of needs to get his act together, because what is going to find himself in a position where it's like, do I go for the 50 yards broken down Jose Mourinho, or do I go and pluck the 30-something-year-old Nagelsmann from RB Leipzig?
I would say that at the end of the day, the proof's in the pudding. The Nagelsmanns of this world and who you're mentioning haven't won anything. They haven't done anything. At the end of the day, everything is about potential. Jose Mourinho is a winner. He's a winner. He wins things, and he's won everywhere he's been. And at Tottenham, he may not win anything, and that's the thing. That's why I was like, I don't even expect him to win anything, because I think the realization is that Tottenham are who they are, and Pochettino made us believe so much about this team because of how well he done with them. So do you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, none of these men that you name, it all looks nice. But none of them, man, except Simeone. Obviously, Simeone's done the big thing. I'll give him that. But, like, none of them, man, there have won anything. And Jose has in this fashion.
But when?
He won with Man United. So I'm saying, like, I'm not going to delete.
Big meat. I'm talking league title.
Okay. He was a Premier League champion in 2015. It's not that, it's not like ancient history. It's since Fergie left, he has won the league. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So he's got the most Premier League titles currently sitting right now. Do you know what I'm saying? He's won countless trophies, 2 Champions League with 2 different teams. I mean, this guy is still a winner. Like, until he goes through drought after drought, like, I need to see some consistent drought to knock off this career of 15 years that was just endless in trophies. I can't. I
think for him, if it doesn't work out at Tottenham, he needs to go national.
Why?
Because I don't think any other club will do it for him.
He's not 70 years old. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to fast forward like 4, 5, 6 seasons from now, where this guy will still be collecting trophies at other clubs. and it will be like.
But I don't necessarily think it's an age thing because look at Gareth Southgate. He's ridiculously young for an England manager, and yet he's still doing the thing.
Yeah, but the point is that you're saying he's finished at club level, is what you're saying about Jose.
I'm
to go national.
I'm not saying necessarily he's finished at club level, but I'm saying the next step. If we're looking at be real, blood, yeah, on a real, yeah. When he joined Tottenham Hotspur, did you actually think he was going to win something at Tottenham Hotspur?
At least a Carabao Cup or FA Cup.
Flipping hell, man.
At the very least.
I mean, if to be fair, like the likes of Man City and them, man, they take it seriously in it. So, like, not even winning the Carabao Cup. It's not even. I'm not even gonna like dig in for that. Where were they when he came? Were they still in it? I don't know if they were in it.
That's a good question.
But Pete, no, I think Poch probably ruined that. But I think when you take over a job like Tottenham, where Pochettino brought them to is second in the league and Champions League final. You can't honestly expect.
Did he bring him second? Never did that.
No,
Tottenham finished second.
Yeah,
they finished second one year. When?
2015.
15. Who finished second? Raw. 15.
Yeah.
And then I finished third the next year.
Yeah. So
bloody hell.
So that's where Poch took them. You have to assume when they've got rid of Poch and taken Mourinho, that was a move to exceed what Poch did, not to stay the same or to regress. So
I agree.
In Tottenham's eyes, and I think in Mourinho's eyes, he's hoping at the end of this tenure, he's at least got what Adrian's saying, an FA Cup or a League Cup.
And I'll make you right on that. However, if he's not got the bag, then you're laughing. Then you're on drugs. You're smoking the highest grade because he needed money to win stuff at United. He needed money to win stuff at Chelsea. If you expect him to win the stuff with Tottenham, come on, bro.
In January, he had the January window. They didn't get him who he wanted. They got him Bergwijn, and he was like, I didn't want Bergwijn, but I'll take him because he's all right. So we'll see. This summer, it doesn't look like Tottenham are going to be spending. They was out here trying to furlough man the other day. So I don't know.
Yeah, so I wouldn't even put this summer as pressure because I don't think many will be doing so. You have to be very smart and very clever this window, right? Yeah. So I'm talking like, if only COVID never happened, it would have been so interesting to see the summer that Jose was going to have with Tottenham Hotspur. Speaking on which, Amazon Prime, Mandem, how many of you are jumping on that thing?
Wait.
What? Tottenham Hotspur. Do you know how funny that's going to be? But I wonder, since the COVID thing, whether they stopped.
No, apparently they carried on.
But big up Amazon. It's going to happen, bro. I can't wait to watch that. It's going to be fulfilling. The entertainment. The entertainment is going to be superb. Anyway.
What a season.
Shall we move on?
I was going to say, before we move on, unlucky Bournemouth.
Running his mouth still.
Yeah, Boslak's going in. He said earlier back on Arsenal, he said, it's funny how David is rejecting Europa League like Arsenal have any other chance of getting top four. Know your place, G.
But he's not said it. He's never said it.
Bro, if you watch the pod, I've said Arsenal need to start again, bro. Boss, like, you're a little boy. You've been drinking that champagne a lot, bro. You man were, bro. When you got the problem, bro. We need someone to do a madness like Klopp has done.
I'd love to see Boss like Endo in like 2010, 2011 with that Liverpool side. The
thing that I think Boslak doesn't necessarily get is that when a team needs to climb their way back into the top four, Europa League can sometimes act as a hindrance rather than a help.
Facts.
So when Man are rejecting Europa League, it's not like saying, we're too big for it. It's for how bad we are, we can't cope playing Thursdays and on the weekend. We can't cope. So
like we say, we want Saturday 3:00 kickoffs. That's it. We don't want Thursday, Sunday, Monday night, and then friggin' 8:05 on the Europa League night. 8:05. Man's going to Krakow. It's finishing at midnight. No. And then I got Man City away at 12:30. Nah.
And also, Boslak Endo also said Spurs finished second in the 16-17 season. You man are really poor with your stats. Boslak, I said that Spurs finished second, and then Adrian backed it. Peter went against it because he hates Tottenham and he doesn't want to give them anything.
Hey, what? 2017 they finished second, yeah?
Yeah, 16-17.
We're actually pretty decent with the stats, bro.
Fam,
Do you know what it is? Do you know what's so funny? It's because when Tottenham were actually fighting for the league, because those 2 years that you named where Chelsea blew the league out of the water, both those years, right? So the actual time they actually challenged for the league, they finished third. That's the thing that stays in my memory.
The Leicester season. Oh dear. But yeah, I'll say before we move on, unlucky Bournemouth. Really unlucky.
Yeah, man.
Handball.
I mean, you look at the goals that Tottenham, the goals that Tottenham are conceding as well, man, at a rate of knots. Fam, I'm telling you, with Aubameyang blood, it's going down, cuz this weekend.
We'll see, man.
And the thing is, yeah, all of you know that it's more likely to be an Arsenal win than a Tottenham win. I think everybody thinks it will be a draw, but I know you lot think if there's a winner, who is it going to be? Honestly,
Harry Kane. I'm joking. I'm joking.
What, that haggard man, that haggard guy. Listen, yeah, in England's next match, right? If I see Harry Kane, if he continues in this form, if I see Harry Kane in the starting 11 ahead of the Greenwoods, the Sanchos, the friggin' Raheem Sterlings, the what? No, I'm saying in the 11. You know what I'm saying? In the starting 11.
The thing is,
Danny Ings. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
he will start
Rashford,
captain. That's why.
Oh, honestly,
because he's captain.
Honestly,
he will start.
Oscar, you know, you're talking about like, Euros looking kind of lit next year, bruv. The reason why it may not be lit next year, in terms of just excitement, yeah, not necessarily doing much, but in terms of excitement to see what's coming through, Southgate is gonna hagger the ting and keep playing Kane, and that's gonna rattle me up.
Yeah,
unless
I don't think Southgate has the ball
hits the top form. Unless Kane hits the top form.
Yeah, but why would you drop a fully fit Harry Kane?
Because everyone else is playing better.
Because
a fully fit Harry Kane.
No, but a fully fit Harry Kane, like, if he could make it work, then I rate him. But you have to make it work. And I think there's some ways that England could play. No, there's some ways that England could play without Harry Kane in the team that could be beneficial for the team as opposed to just him.
Yep.
So whilst I agree, Harry Kane is our best striker, so I'm like, play Kane. But if it doesn't work, then look
here. If there was a friendly in the next month, yeah, or like if there was a Euro qualifier or a World Cup qualifier in the next month, Kane should not be starting. Look at what man like Danny Ings has been doing. Yeah, you look at look at what Rashford's been doing. Like, just on the form, there's bare man blood.
We've got the Nations League coming up. That's the next thing for England.
I don't talk to me about internationals, please, guys.
I hear you, David.
We do hear you.
A couple more. Adrian, you're saying something?
I'll be honest, like your Danny Ings, they've run hot for a year. He's not of the caliber to lead England at a major international tournament.
Bro, he's got 19 goals this season in the league. He's got 19. He is right, but he's got 19 goals, blood, in the league.
And Kane's done 30 this year.
Say again?
Kane's done 30 plus.
Yeah, but Kane's not doing it now. I'm saying on the form. I'm just going on form. I'm not saying that Kane's not better than Ings. I'm just saying, come on, like, you know what I mean?
You got to remember, Shearer, 96. He hadn't banged for England for 2 years, and he was a top scorer on Euro 96.
What I'm saying, bro.
A couple more comments. Bosslat Endo said, boy, I was on suicide watch with Roy Hodgson, but I hear you, man. We finished 4th in 2016-17 without Europa, so I get where Peter's coming from. That's it, bro. And
the thing is, David's been preaching this, blood. He's been saying, let's finish 8th and 9th, cuz. And Saturday after Saturday, 3 o'clock.
It benefited Chelsea as well. Also, he said Kane is 10 in 10 against Arsenal, and he'll definitely score on Sunday.
Yeah, that's the annoying thing, isn't it? He will, innit? He will.
Yeah. You release him.
He will.
He's now defending, bro. Flipping.
Like, I think Vardy was like 13 and 15 or something like that. Something stupid like that. And it was just guaranteed, isn't it? It was just guaranteed. Palace just warmed him up, didn't they?
Trust.
If Tottenham win, I know Oscar will be here Monday, and I will be here too.
Like, listen, look, I could take an L in it. Like, if you lot can rinse the L, bro. But fam, I'll be, bro. Do you know how down I would be, bro, on Monday if we lose to Tottenham Hotspur? David, fam,
I'm spitting blood. No,
I'm spitting.
It depends how we lose. If we do stupid, there's a manner in which we'll lose, bro.
No, but David,
there's actually
Tottenham.
none.
Let me tell you something. No, let me tell you something right now. Tottenham are a shower of absolute dog crap. Have you watched them?
I will let them score. Listen, I guarantee Spurs are scoring on Sunday, bro.
Hey, listen,
I'm scoring.
2-1 Arsenal is what I'm saying. Like, they will score. Let's be serious. Come on. They will score.
If Mustafi is in that starting lineup, Kane is going to be on his back, bro. Kane, oh my God.
No. He's got David Luiz, fam. He's going to look at David Luiz. He's going to look at David Luiz and say, this one.
I don't want stuff with Harry Kane, bro. He's going to give away a penalty, bro. Watch.
Hey, man, Arteta's got to get this starting 11 correct. Correct. He has to win this North London derby. I'm not even taking a draw. He has to win.
Nah, bro. Listen,
I want a win.
I'll take a draw, bro. I just don't want
No way. I know.
I don't want an L, bro. No.
That's so funny. What's so funny to me is that
again. No.
The game means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. But
shut up. It's because you got no rival. It's because he got no. His boys are Fulham. Them man there, bro. Freaking Scotty Parker.
I hope you come back to the Prem, Fulham. Come back with me.
Nah, man. If you're gonna act like what you did last year, if I'm gonna get Fulham that I got last year, you can stay down there, blood. You know what I'm saying?
They came and didn't participate.
Literally, that man just came for the banter and dipped, spent 100 million and went down. Nah, get out of it. Oscar, Chelsea back on winning, services resumed, as you would say.
Just.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oscar, let me ask you a question because I want to genuinely know this, yeah? And I mean this out of genuineness. Why do Chelsea make life hard? Why?
I think it's a multitude of things, man. I think we have a team that has the team we played against Crystal Palace has no men. Had no men. We had the rest of them are all boys. We had Aspilicueta and Willian. Those are the two men in the team. The rest of them are boys. You go through that squad list, you had a bunch of boys running around playing football. And I think when you go in a position where you're 2-0 up at Palace, how you manage to make that game difficult, I don't know. But Chelsea have done that in the past. We did it against Sheffield United. And I think Lampard is just moving brave when he thinks he can play Billy Gilmore in the middle of the park in a must-win game when we have Jorginho on the bench.
What is going on there?
As in, Jorginho hasn't played since the restart. And
I think he's moving to Lampard's wife or something. Something's gone wrong there.
I don't get it. Jorginho has been a polarizing figure amongst Chelsea fans since he came. And
Really?
I don't really get why.
Polarizing?
Yeah, he's been polarizing. Under Sarri, obviously he was Sarri's boy. So when things weren't going right for Chelsea last season, people first went to blame Jorginho. He was the first one that Chelsea fans went after. Not me personally, because I've always been a big fan of Jorginho. He has his limitations, however, because as a DM, he's great playing the ball. He can pass the ball and he can keep the ball. But defensively, he doesn't provide as much solidarity as you would think. Like you were saying when Arsenal were losing, all you want to do is keep the ball. And that's what Jorginho will do for you. But as we saw in the last 2 or 3 minutes of this Crystal Palace game, we were calamitous. Crystal Palace should have scored on multiple occasions.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We were absolutely calamitous at the back and just pure head loss everywhere. So it's one of those ones where in the first half, I wanted to be very happy and I felt like we were going to have a 3-0 win, similar to how United played today, just a cruising victory. But yeah, we can't do that when we lose control of the game in midfield.
Interesting. So, are you comfortable now that you think top four is done and dusted now? You're sort of no more fear?
I think when I look at that gap behind Man United, that 6 gap, is it 6 points? 6 points between anyone else there? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think we are secure. I think we are secure. We're going to finish at least 5th at the worst. But honestly, it's alarming because Chelsea has spent so much time strengthening the forwards. Obviously, we brought in Werner, we brought in Ziyech. There's a lot of talk about Chelsea potentially bringing in Kai Havertz. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't understand why Chelsea are not strengthening their defense. We got a comment from Boss Like Endo who says, "What did I tell you about Kurt Zouma? He's a beast. That Palace game reminded me of Watford versus Liverpool when Emery Chan scored that goal. A vital win, but a scrappy performance that will get you, man, top 4. Kurt Zuma was outstanding against Palace. Like, it was about, I don't know how long into the game it was, but it was about 25 minutes when Christian Benteke just realized, I can't stand near Kurt Zuma because I'm getting nothing. Like, I'm getting niche next to this guy. Similar thing happened today because the Aston Villa players realized they don't really want to stand near Maguire and they moved towards Lindelof. But anyway, yeah, they saw who was the stronger centre back and they said, "Bun him. I'm staying away from Zuma." But Zuma was all over the place. He won every single header. Did you guys see his tackle in the last minute of the game?
Oh, what a block!
Yeah. Oh god. But honestly, how did Palace not score a second?
Yeah, they did not. That header should have went in.
There were so many chances. Like, I don't get why they did
that header was actually a Kepa save. And it's mad because obviously nobody would ever want to give Kepa any praise at the moment. But yeah, that save was vital to us keeping the 3 points that day. And I think Lampard definitely got it wrong. It's fair to say that. Because starting Billy Gilmore was a mazine. Like, did you see the way the game changed when Jorginho came on?
See, is that being stubborn, bro? Or
I think, I think Lampard has always wanted to prove that he's for the youth. You know what I mean? He's always wanted to show that he's willing to play the kids, which is why Mason Mount plays every game. And when I don't,
why doesn't Tammy Abraham play every game then? Like, when I see Willian and Giroud, I sometimes feel like, man, why is there? It looks the contrast with age looks mad. One plays quick and the other one plays slow.
Yo, Pete, you have to remember from the league start all the way to about November, Giroud didn't get a game. It was Tammy Abraham and Batshuayi was coming on the bench.
I mean now, not back then.
But hear me out. He played Tammy. He ran Tammy into the ground, to the point where we thought Giroud was leaving in the summer. In the winter, we thought that was definitely happening. So Tammy, like I was saying, he loves to play the youth, but I think he ran Tammy into the ground to the point where he got injured. He lost form to the point now he can't even justify playing him because when he brings Ollie in, the team plays better and eventually Ollie scores. So you can't really argue with Giroud. And I know you hate on Giroud, but he does play a part in this team. And
it's not hate.
Reason for him being there.
It's not hate. It's not hate.
Oh yeah, Giroud. Sorry, I said we only had 2 men on the pitch. Giroud was the other man. Sorry about that. I forgot Giroud.
Any more on this game?
Yeah, we got naive little kids in the midfield. So when you play Barkley, who should be a man, but he's a kid. Mason Mount's a kid. Pulisic is a kid. So when it comes to like tracking back and being solid, these players just aren't like, they're not doing it. They're not cutting it. Shout out to Christian Pulisic though, because the kid's on fire.
He's proven people wrong.
Yeah, he's proven a lot of people wrong. I think there's so much hype around Christian Pulisic, obviously because he's an American boy and they think he's going to be the next big thing. So when
he came 10 on him next season, blood, strap that 10 on him.
Before the guy even landed in Dortmund, they were making documentaries about this kid. He's going to be the American hope. He's going to be the next big thing. And I think there was always something there, but he just needed to adapt to the environment. And then him getting dropped by Sancho did not help at all. You know what I mean? When Sancho replaced him in the Dortmund side. So I think now he's finding his feet at Chelsea, and you can't not pick him. At the beginning of the season, my best Chelsea team did not have Pulisic in it. Now he's one of the first names on the team sheet. I can't not pick him. Boss like Endo said, Giroud has 5 goals in 8 games. He's undroppable right now. True.
Yeah.
True. And even when Giroud doesn't score, he gives us way more than Tammy does. Tammy let the ball go for one of those last chances against Palace. Yeah. And if we conceded from that when he didn't track back, I would have lost it. I would have lost my nut. I would have lost it. But looking at the rest of the results, it seems like Chelsea are going to make it. We're going to make Champions League, and I just hope we finish third. I want to finish as high as possible.
You are currently third right now, Adrian. Your boys, Liverpool, they've seemed to have got the train heading in the right direction again. Comfortable win against Brighton. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, Salah. Back to the good old days of towards the back end of last season, towards the start of the season, where we had that 19-game winning run. Yeah. And a big part of that 19-game winning run was us sort of getting an early 2-goal lead and then sort of, managing the game, defending that lead. And that's pretty much what it was. High intensity, got 2 goals in the opening 10 minutes. and then we can sort of about game management from there. I think Naby Keita, I feel like I have this conversation about Naby Keita every 7 or 8 games where it's like
You love him.
he shows me something. I want to. I really, really want to. But it's like he will have this performance, and he'll probably do it 3 more times in a row, and then he'll get a silly injury. He'll be out for a month, and all of that momentum is gone. So ultimately, what we need from Naby Keita is consistency. But I think ultimately for us this season, the fan balance, and that's really between integrating some of the youth players and Nico Williams with first start. Did okay.
Yeah.
I think it was good at times. Then there was another time that what's Oscar's old boy called again? Lamptey, and then there's a time that Lamptey sort of sends him all the way back to Melwood. So I think it's definitely good. It's definitely good experience for him to learn and to develop, and hopefully, there's a time where he made a world-class tackle as well. So both sides of his games, so hopefully he can develop more. But yeah, I think that's what we're looking for really, just to develop our players for next season and try and get 101 points.
What was I going to ask? How do you feel about Klopp's comments about having an all-Scouts team? That's what he wants. He wants to turn Liverpool into an all-Scouts team eventually, if possible.
I think that's a pipe dream, and I think that's just a bit of lip service, really. I think it's in the same vein. It's in the same vein as when Guardiola said that Phil Foden was the best player he's ever worked with. It's simply not true. But what you want to do, you want to gas up your youngsters, and you want to show them, you know what? If I'm a young Nico Williams, if I'm a young Curtis Jones, even if I'm not Scouts, if I'm Ryan Brewster or Harvey Elliott as well, I'm looking at that and I'm saying, wow, this is a manager who's committed to giving me an opportunity, and this is someone I want to be to continue my development. I think it's idealistic, isn't it? But realistically, it's not going to happen.
I mean, yeah, not Ryan Brewster though, but yeah. Boss like Endo said that Naby Keita looks a different man since the restart. He looks rejuvenated, and he'd take a fully fit Keita over Gini Wijnaldum.
Yeah, I agree. I think Naby Keita he's really had the bit between his teeth, and
what does that mean?
What, the bit between his teeth? Like
where does that come from?
That's a good point.
Sorry, I just thought of it. I don't even know what that means, but yeah, go on.
I guess it's almost like a dog with a bone, and like when a dog has got that bit in its teeth, it's focused. It's not going to let it go. It's relentless.
I love it. I love it.
Great explanation.
I did A-level English, bro. Yeah, but yeah. To answer the question, just like Endo, I agree. But guess what? I saw this from Naby Keita in December, where he had a good run of games where he built up a wonderful relationship with Mo Salah. What happens? Gets a silly injury, gets out of the side, loses his form. So yeah, but I agree with you. I think with Wijnaldum, I think we know what he offers the team. And I think now should be a chance to give some of the relative unknowns, aka Nico Williams, Naby Keita, namely, an opportunity to see what they can do, because Naby Keita does have the potential to be a top player, but he's only going to get there if he's playing 10 games in a row. Like, let's just see what he can do with 10 games in a row, and by then we can go, because there's talk of us getting Thiago, and we didn't truly, if we send Thiago, that's the end of Naby Keita's Liverpool career.
Facts, absolute facts. Cool, man. All right. So, anybody want to talk about anything else? Any other game you want to talk on?
Big up David Silva on his goal from
Blood. I totally didn't see this game at all. I didn't know nothing about it. Forgot that even happened. I heard it was 5-0. Big up David Silva, the legend, absolute legend.
You know what it is, yeah. The closer we get to the end of the season, the more certain games are just becoming irrelevant.
So irrelevant.
Yeah.
Certain games don't really mean much now. And now the top 4 is looking like it's going to be one of those things. If all those 3 teams win their next game, it's getting a bit like...
The real excitement is really the bottom 3, isn't it? And even that looks secure too.
Yeah. All these men do is lose.
I'm going down, I think. I think it's safe to say that. They got Leicester, Man City, Southampton, Everton.
Who's this?
Bournemouth.
Bye.
I think they're gone.
Before they go, do something for us against Leicester, and then you can go.
Villa. That's what I'm saying. West Ham and Watford will just stay up by the virtue of the rest. The other 2 are just dead.
It's wacky races. You can fall over the finish line.
West have lost to Burnley, bro. What did I tell you?
I told you.
I said Burnley will win.
Picks up points he doesn't need. Just because. Speaking of Sean Dyche, though, man, I think we need to put a lot of respect into his name. I think first of all we need to credit Burnley because obviously they went down with him. They backed him to the hill. They said, this is our manager. He's going to get us back up. Since they've been up, he's taken Burnley on the shoestring budget to the Europa League. It looks like he's potentially got an outside chance of doing that. Just how well you think Sean Dyche has done for Burnley and what's his ceiling? Where do you see him going?
I'll stay at Burnley, mate.
I think.
Stay at Burnley, bro.
What is his ceiling?
His ceiling is Burnley. His ceiling is Burnley.
No, that's harsh, man. That's harsh.
It's harsh. Am I lying?
Are we lying, bro?
He's a good coach.
Sorry, no. As in, if you look at it, if English managers were getting more of a push, right, he would be at the top of the tree for me. Of all the English managers, he's the top of the tree right at this moment in time because he's done a very sensible, mature, steady job. Do you catch my drift? So he should be able to get a top 8 job, but it's just that.
If I look at the
everyone's full of foreigners except Lampard.
Lampard and then Chris Wilder as well.
If I look at the top 8,
why does a brilliant coach as well?
Yeah, I'm looking at the top 8. All the managers in the top 8, does he replace? The answer is no.
None of them.
No, but you know what I do see though is that teams like, for example, Nuno could leave, right, and move to a bigger club. Rodgers could get another job elsewhere. Even Ancelotti could just say, "Look, man, the money was great. I'm going back to Milan to smoke my cigar." So Everton could become available. Tottenham is an interesting one because it could really, Jose could, this ship could sink really down. And so Tottenham need to pick up the pieces again. Do you know what I'm saying? When it comes to the project side, because look at Arteta, right? And Lampard, no reason why they should be getting these jobs, right? No reason. But they're in there and they're doing steady jobs. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying players if a manager like Sean Dyche with the wealth of experience he has, man, there's a job there. There's someone in the top 10 he could nick.
And I think with Sean Dyche as well, I think it will just be interesting to see what he can do with a bigger budget because it's wild, and I'm not by any stretch of the imagination saying that they're in the same ballpark, but it's similar to a Diego Simeone in the sense that very, very well drilled, well organized team. Know how to defend, know how to keep clean sheets, and it will just be interesting to see with a bit more money, a bit more backing, higher caliber of player, how high can he actually get? And Peter, you mentioned the Everton job. I think it will be interesting to see what he will do at Everton, where the resources are there. It's a decent profile of club. Can he take them to the next level?
What seems to have happened in the past is that they get a job like that and they just panic. You know what I'm saying? And the spending is ridiculous. And, it's a bit like Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe shouldn't really have had any money at Bournemouth, but we went through his transfer list, listings last week. And honestly, we're talking about money that's just literally getting thrown outside. So, it's just whether can they handle it? Because you need to have the mental, you need to have the brain and mental fortitude to carry a club. And so maybe you can carry on a smaller scale, and then when it starts getting technical, where there's technical directors and sporting directors and can you fill up to the billing? That's the question. So I'd like to see Sean Dyche remain, and I want to see him be a proper figure, like a pillar in the Premier League. I'd like to see that.
We've got another comment from Bosslat Endo, who said Chelsea have scored 2 or more goals in the last 8 games. They've only scored 10 less goals than Liverpool. Imagine you add Ziyech and Werner to that. We haven't. That's not true. We as in the goal. I don't know about 2 or more goals. I think that is true. But we're 12 goals behind Liverpool. So yeah. But I think the reason why Chelsea needed to add is because we've had stupid games where we've not been clinical enough. I can only point to West Ham at home. I think we dropped points at Bournemouth at home and didn't score. Southampton, same thing. So there has been times where us being clinical has been an issue, and Leicester have got more goals than us. I think Chelsea's main issue is the defensive midfield area and straight up the defenders that need replacing. So yeah, but big up Zerk and Van. I can't wait to see them play in the Chelsea shirt.
But I mean, to add credence to that point, if you, by virtue of getting a layman and a key creator, you'll be more likely to outscore teams. If you're more likely to outscore teams, your defense doesn't necessarily need to be good. So do you then see yourself getting closer?
Bro, we won 3-2 the other day. I'm not trying to win 3-2 every week. Like, I'm not trying to outscore teams every week. Can we just win 3-0?
I mean, Watford?
Okay, West Ham.
Yeah.
I mean, you said that. But then since then you've beat Watford and Palace, scoring 2 goals, and I think he scored 3 against Watford. So.
I hear that, but
with a clean sheet.
Listen to the teams. It's West Ham and Palace. We've conceded 2 to both of those teams.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, bro. That's if we want to challenge City and Liverpool, that's not a form you can be on. Like, it's just
facts. Cool, man. I guess that sums up this week's Top 4 podcast. Thank you very much for logging in. As always, people, we love the support. Big up Boss Like Endo. Big up Dougie as well. Yeah, man. We are back on Monday. Man United till I die. Sorry, yes, of course.
We'll be back on Monday when Tottenham beat Arsenal and we have blood on our hands.
Wait, wash your mouth out with soap. you're a naughty boy.
Monday will actually be like a live watch along, because obviously it's Man United versus Southampton at the exact same time. So if you're watching the Man United Southampton game, just have us on at the same time, and have some football banter.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. And we'll be talking Man City, and we'll be talking Manchester United's game, of course, and we'll be talking about the North London derby. You're done, though. Make sure you share, like, subscribe at Top 4 Podcast on the Twitter, on SoundCloud, on Spotify, on iTunes. We are everywhere, rude boy. On the YouTubes. Make sure you share, like, subscribe. Big up yourselves. We'll see you Monday night, 8 o'clock. Peace.
Bye.